I was just getting random messages. Something about timing, something about following your own natural cycle. Like, oh, look at the witches streak today. It's kind of crazy. I've had this since I was 12. Um, Something about following your own natural rhythm. You know how the New Year's in some cultures it starts in like around the time of January, February, March, and in the Western cultures, it's like on the 31st of December, and everyone celebrates it differently, and nature celebrates it differently than humans do. So there's something about following your own rhythm, following your own pace, and not letting other people's pace kind of deter you from your path. But we'll clarify with cards later.
Hi guys, I'm back home now. It's New Year's Eve, and I was channeling that energy earlier in one of my zodiac readings about taking different paths that fit to the circumstances or fit to your physical abilities, fit with your mental capabilities. Just the path that is meant for you. For example, if you can't handle sunlight, 0110 on the timer, you take the path that goes through the forest so that you have a shadow overhead, or if you have long legs, you take a longer path because it's just you got longer legs, 1, 2, 3 on the timer. If you have short legs, you take the shorter path. Whatever just fits your circumstances, that's the path you should take. And I want to get some clarifiers. Yeah, we have the Hierophant coming out. So this is conformity, and this is exactly what is keeping you. Be your own spiritual leader. Don't be too conform in the path you take, because just because it's tried and tested doesn't mean you tried and tested it. Of course you can try and test it, and this is what the Seven of Pentacles says as well. It's about putting in hard work. You can go the hard way and try paths that have been tried and tested. But if you have an instinct that you have a unique path that you need to move on to get to where you need to be, then it's better to follow that if you want to avoid that work. All this conformity, both of these are earthy energies. This is both Taurus energy. So if you want to work hard and be diligent and persistent, 222 on the timer, then go the tried and tested way. Go the way that institutions before you, the traditions before you have laid out, the paths that they have laid out before you. But just know that you as a unique individual, whatever collective I'm speaking to, you are a little bit more airheaded, and that I say this in a really good way. You have a different way of thinking. We have the Knight of Swords coming out here. Your way of thinking is very quick, and it will benefit you to find a way forward, to charge forward, that fits with the way you think and not just the way you act, because the way you act seems very learned. 0303 on the timer, a lot of angel numbers. This is a divine path that you are being guided on. I'm hearing by your higher self more than anyone or anything. Where you want to go, you need a lot of material groundedness. You need to be grounded, and the collective I'm speaking to just seems to be a little bit more quick-minded. We have the Knight of Swords coming out. It is a little bit of an immature energy, but it's very ambitious, very action-oriented, and I think it's important right now that against this Hierophant energy, which is traditional thinking, which is conformity and all that, the Knight of Swords has his own way of doing things. I think that's how you are. And we have the Knight of Wands coming out as well. So it's not just that you have your own way of thinking. Like I said, you have your own way of doing things. You have a very passionate energy. And I think it would do you good to use that passion to your advantage instead of relying on paths that have already been taken. We have the Four of Cups coming out, so you're rejecting this, as well as the Judgment card. Listen to your own divine calling. We have the Fool coming out in the upright as well. Take a chance on yourself. You already know what you need to go where you need to be, or to be where you need to go, however it resonates. That is the last card I'm going to pull, because there's none on the bottom or the top. We have Temperance coming out in the upright as well. So while you are a very quick-witted individual, I feel like I'm speaking to an Aquarius or a Sagittarius. I'm also getting Aries vibes as well as Gemini. Some of you guys are Scorpios too, so there's a bunch of signs. It it would help for you to bring some balance and patience into your life when it comes to this path, because you might be very quick with it. You might want to charge ahead very quickly. But the path that you're going to take, it's going to be slow at first, and then it's going to catapult you. It's going to go quickly is what I'm hearing. So the first half of your path, let's say, or the first third or 2/3 of your path, you're gonna wonder if you made the wrong choice, if you did the wrong decision, because some of the people who are moving on the conformity path, they're already ahead of you, but then something throws you to the finish line, like before anyone else can reach it. Anyone that's on the tried and tested path is what I'm hearing. You need to focus very much on your instinct. You need to focus on your emotions. You need to take a chance on yourself and trust yourself. Trust your gut instinct is what I'm hearing. And this is giving me, there's a lot of major arcana cards coming out here, especially with the archangels. I think we have 2 archangels coming out here. Again, divinely led, higher self, pouring into yourself. We have water. This imagery always feels like all the elements are included, because there is water here, which is the water element. Then we have him pouring water from one into the other. Again, this feels like Aquarius, like the water bearer, which is air. Then we have all this earth around him, and the triangle that stands for fire right in the middle. It's like tempering your tempers, right? Like being patient with yourself, with your emotions, because you are a very, especially there's a lot of masculine energy with this collective I'm channeling. We had the Knight of Wands as well as the Knight of Swords coming out. That is air and that is fire. That is charged forward masculine energy. Right now it's telling you to be patient. You are working with your divine self is what I'm hearing. This is the first card that came out. Let me try to pronounce it. Alethea. Alethea came out. I'm going to pull 2 or 3 cards and then read them to you and then close out your reading. Okay, we got all the cards. There's none left. We have 3 cards here. The second one was the Storm. And the third one is the Village again. So you might have messages in my zodiac readings that I did for the new year. Here's the booklet. Let me just find the pages. Let's start with the first card you got. Our soul recognizes the truth. When someone speaks it, a cool wave of relief washes over the room and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of Aletheia. It is an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize Aletheia by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves and are more likely to tell our own story. The Aletheia card requires us to step forward and act of truth. Let me read that again. The Aletheia card requires us to step toward an act of truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Again, we had the wings coming up with the archangels here. So this is being led by your higher self, flying overhead, like over you. And listen to your inner truth. Listen to your guiding truth. You've had this strong instinct for a reason, you know. So let me move on to the Village card immediately. It's also known as the hometown, the family, and the tribe. This is the Hierophant card, by the way. While the card we just read, I would see this as the Knight of Swords as well as the Knight of Wands, as well as the Judgment and the Temperance card. The Village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. Let me read one more card. Let me find the page because we don't got any more time, sorry. The last card is the Storm, also known as the Chaos, the Whirlwind, the Disorder. Possessing an energy much like the Tarot's Tower card, the Storm undoes all that is. Everything that was solid, known, and relied upon is stripped away by the winds of fate like the Knight of Swords, piercing through Anyway, the ground becomes the sky becomes the center, and the center then disappears. The storm is a great equalizer. No matter how far we've come on the path, no matter our age, wealth, or wisdom, we can't hide from its savage winds. Their disturbing howl. I don't have enough time. Just look it up online.